Statistics show that 30% of new businesses fail during the first 2 years of being open, 50% in the first 5 years, and 66% in the first 10. Our next guest is a beautiful young Nigerian woman whose business has beat those odds. Oye is one of the founders of Virgos Lounge, a vintage-inspired female clothing brand that has been hugely successful in England, Ireland, Nigeria, and across the world. This conversation is truly a masterclass in starting a business and thriving in the midst of competition. This is the very first interview that I have had with a brand that I personally love and own. It's very exciting for me. Hello and welcome to viSHEbility. My name is Oyeyemi. I am your host, and today we have an amazing guest. I'm so excited because very few times do I get to talk to someone whose clothes are in my wardrobe. So today we have Buraimo of Virgos Lounge. Yes, you heard me right. Virgos Lounge. Love them. A lot of people I know have clothes like you've made. In our wardrobe. I'm really, really excited to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. Okay, so I guess your pathway has been just pretty traditional. School, moved to the UK during A levels, went to uni, studied psychology. But at one point in uni, you mentioned that you guys started a brand. You started working with your sister.
Yeah, I think I was in my final year when we started. It was summer before final year, and we just couldn't get summer jobs. So we just thought, okay, what can we do just to make some money? And we've always loved vintage dresses, vintage clothes. So we started buying vintage clothes at wholesale and just customizing them, making it more wearable.
Interesting, but had you done that for yourselves before?
Yes, that's something we did all the time. Yeah, because obviously vintage clothes are nice, but sometimes they can be a bit dated.
Yeah,
so we'll just do, exactly. So that's how we actually started,
At what point did you think, it's now more than something like we do in summer?
Yeah, but you know, like with vintage dresses, it's usually like a one-off. So we'll put it up for sale on our blog because we're selling on a blog at the time. And people will be like, oh, I really like that dress, but we're like, it's just the one. So we thought, okay, this is actually an idea. Yeah. We can make vintage inspired dresses and make maybe like 4 or 5 pieces per style. So that's how we launched like officially as a business.
Nice.
And,
Okay. And then finished from school, you now had this side hustle, as they say. Yeah. Did you like try to like work? Find like a more traditional style of?
Well, after uni, after my undergrad, because we had started a business and I thought, okay, this has potential. And I had to do a master's degree. It wasn't really my really my choice. So I thought, okay, what would actually be beneficial? Because I felt like my undergrad didn't really do much for me. Yeah. So I thought I'll do a master's degree in advertising and marketing. Okay. Which was amazing. Really? Yeah, it was amazing.
And I guess going through it in the context that you already had a business.
Yeah, so at the time I was actually implementing stuff. Yeah, so it was really, really good. I even did my dissertation in celebrity endorsements, and at the time, it was kind of at the same time we had our first celebrity endorsement, so I was able to see the effect of that as well in real life. It was Angela Simmons.
Okay. Yeah. Lovely. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. All right, so then the brand is growing, but you couldn't was it just two of you just hustling to get the stuff out, or like did you now start building team and building structure around it?
No, we had obviously we just had a lot of family helping out. We sold at some stalls in Camden and Spitalfields market as well. So we were just roping in family really, and my sister was working full time. So after my master's, I was still trying to get a job, and I just couldn't find one. So I just thought, you know what, while still looking, I might as well just focus my energy on the business. And at the beginning, we didn't really need like the staff. So we're just doing it ourselves, really.
But so you guys, would you like actually go out and get fabric, come back,
oh no,
make,
we weren't making clothes ourselves, so we had to outsource. We found suppliers in India, and China as well.
Right. Yeah. How did you go about doing like the research for?
So
I'm trying to pick
online.
your brain here for like. Because I'm just sitting down here thinking, I want to start a brand. Like, what is my like next 1, 2, 3 steps?
It's just everything is online. It's on the internet. Yeah,
just research.
Just research. And I thought maybe it will be different now, but I actually just started a new brand.
Okay.
And I went through the same process, and it's the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Funny enough, the first manufacturer that we ever spoke to is like our main supplier still at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. But initially, they couldn't work with us because they were asking for a minimum of, I think it was about 10 or 15 pieces per style.
Okay.
And
that doesn't feel like a lot.
It's not a lot. By the time we were like, we're gonna only do 5.
Okay.
So they were like, sorry. They made a sample and everything. The dress was nice, but they were like if we can increase it, then they'll be willing to work with us. But we tried other suppliers that said, okay, fine, they'll do 5, and it didn't really work out. And then we just saved a bit and went back to the old suppliers, and then they've been our #1 supplier ever since then. Yeah.
So like with vintage inspired dresses, I mean, we kind of know what that is, but then how do you keep your designs fresh? Like, who actually comes up with what you specifically want to do for every season?
Okay,
as you guys have been?
That's what I do basically. Yeah, because I'm in charge of like everything creative.
Okay.
And I have an amazing design assistant who she actually came in fresh out of design school.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so we work closely together to create the designs, and we kind of just feed off what the customers want, because we try so many different things, and sometimes just doesn't work out. I find like some things I would love, we'll bring it out and it just wouldn't move. So we just feed off what the customers want and what they keep buying. So we just try and reinvent it all the time. Yeah.
But you have this signature style.
Yes.
The beading of the top, the plain. You know, I think that's probably the first Virgos Lounge dress that I ever bought, and a number of my friends have it in multiple colors. Like, it was at one point like the wedding dress of the season.
Yes.
But how did you like come up with that specific one and know that, okay, this is maybe like our signature dress? Or do you even think about it as a signature dress?
Now we do. It wasn't the plan, but I think that dress first came out in like 2009 or 10. Yeah. And when I tell you, it's the dress that keeps on giving, because people don't like. I personally don't get it. Obviously, I'm grateful for it, but like my sister and I had a bit of an argument about it recently, because she's in love with the dress. Okay. And she keeps pushing for it, and I'm like, yeah, I think it's doing well, so we should keep doing it. But I don't know if we should
do it forever.
She wanted us to do it's called the Rainer dress. Okay. And so she suggested that we do a Rainer party. And I'm like,
okay, so everybody read a Rainer dress party.
We're trying to see if we can move on. I don't know if we should be doing, but I mean, I get where she's coming from, and she being like the business side of she's in charge of the business side. So
you were creative, she's business.
So I guess we clash on that a little bit, because I'm like, I want to design new things, but it's working, and she's just like, it's all about the bottom line at the end of the day.
Fair enough.
Which
I get her point.
Which is true, yeah. So I couldn't really say much, but I was just like.
But I guess when you think about other brands, like if you think about like your Chanel, you have your classic.
You have your classic,
bag. You have your, this is what this looks like, and then everything else comes and goes and whatever. But
yes, exactly.
Once you have like that classic,
and you know it works all the time. So why it wouldn't make sense to stop doing it? Yeah. I just thought a party might have been pushing it a little bit, but
Okay, so you did the designs. You talked about your manufacturing process in India, but are you like anyway concerned about like piracy, especially like in that region? Not necessarily picking on the region, because I guess we'll have the same even in Nigeria, right? Or other parts of Africa. Yeah. But how do you protect it? Can you protect it?
You can't. With fashion, you really can't trademark or anything. Yeah. So people are going to copy, and I think what's just saved us is just being known for that type of dress. So I mean, other people have done similar things, but I think people just come to us because they know that
this is actually your design.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we've been lucky in that regard. Yeah.
Right. Then small brand, growing brand. You found yourself in Topshop. That's actually the first place I saw the Virgos Lounge dress, and I thought, this is amazing. It's fully beaded. This is like, what is this? You know. But it was Topshop. Like, how did you like get into a big store like that? Yeah.
So how did we get into Topshop? It was, we were featured in Look magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a PR agent, and that was an amazing investment.
Really?
Yeah, so I always suggest to people
advise,
that if you're going to do anything at the start of your business, is maybe not at the start, but
after by this point, you guys had probably been running the business.
Yeah, we had been established. So we had a customer base already. Right. So we invested in a PR agent. Nice. So we were lucky to get a feature in Look magazine. It was like a really massive feature as well. So I think the buyer for Topshop just saw us in there and just reached out. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's how that was.
I don't think I've ever thought about a PR agent in that way.
Yeah,
actually for a brand, I'm sure you makes sense.
And this was way before like Instagram and social media influencers. So the magazines were a really big deal.
Because I know you're also in ASOS.
So I'm not sure how ASOS came to find out about the brand, but at the time we had like a 6-month exclusivity with Topshop. So they kind of came at the same time. They just came like a month after. So we weren't able to stock at ASOS immediately, but the buyer was really keen on having the brand, so she was like, you know what, I'll wait after 6 months. And then she came back, and then we've been with them ever since.
How do you keep like your customers interested in the brand?
We did do a few trade shows. Pure London was one we did a couple of times, and it was quite good for the brand because you just get buyers from different parts of the country, different parts of the world as well, and interested in your brand. And I think keeping up with the PR as well. We had another PR agent for about 3 years, and then we stopped. We haven't done PR for like 2 years. We only just started again. So I think just keeping people interested by like social media. Yeah. Social media is so important. Yeah. Instagram, influencers, those kind of things. And also just, I guess, trying to have good customer service so people keep coming back. Yeah.
Do you stock internationally at all? Like?
Yes, we do. We were in a few boutiques in Ireland. Yeah, about 10 boutiques in Ireland. Nice. And then online in Namshi, it's a store in Dubai.
Right. That like there, I feel like your brand lends itself to like
the Middle East. But it's still 100% Ireland. Yeah.
But would you consider doing something quite similar to what you have now, but maybe with like more glam and more crystals for those Middle Eastern sisters?
Yeah, I think definitely that's something we've always talked about. Yeah. But there's just this danger of like trying to expand too quickly. Which we actually faced in the past. So we're just trying to pace ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. Money, really quickly, is obviously like could be the catalyst or the end of any business. Really.
Yeah.
How did you guys like raise? Did you have to raise financing? Did you just save? Did you get bank of mommy and daddy? Like, how did it really work?
It was mainly just, we just started small and just built gradually. Yeah, so we haven't really had any, like, backers per se. We've borrowed, but just on like a more short-term basis.
Yeah, just to kind of build.
Yeah, just to build. And it's something that we still struggle with. And it's something that I think will probably always, because when you get new buyers, they place a big order and that's great, but you have to finance it, you have to produce. So it's like, what do you do? So we always have that. I don't really want to use the word struggle, but
but you would think like they would kind of give you like sufficient working capital to.
Oh no, no, they don't. They don't even pay you immediately. You have to wait about 30 to 60 days. So
say what?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Have you had any like really like bad experiences with that where like either you guys couldn't deliver for one or a reason or suppliers delivered the wrong thing?
Oh yes, we've definitely
returns. Have you dealt with those kind of things? I mean, in this country you kind of need to have that.
Yes, we definitely had a lot of situations where this was especially at the beginning, where we would order, because at the time we were just doing pre-order, so people would pay and then we would place the order.
Right.
So it would take like about 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. So there was this time we ordered this orange dress.
But in this day and age of fast.
Yeah, no, now I don't think we'll be able to get away with that. No. So we ordered this orange dress and people had already paid for it. And it was like a week to delivery. So I asked them to send a picture of what they had done. And I saw that they had done a yellow dress. And not even like a nice yellow like your top. It was like the dullest yellow you could think of. Oh, no. So we had to go back to people and say, okay, can you wait another 3 weeks for delivery or would you like to cancel? Obviously, so people said, some people were very disappointed and we had to cancel.
So was it like a wedding party or?
No, it was just...
everyone just wanted the orange dress?
It was just a dress we put online. Okay. And people just bought it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, we've had a few of those.
And you have to, like, absorb the cost of that personally.
You do. I mean, there's some suppliers that would say, okay, you know what, we messed up. But sometimes they're just like, sorry, and that's it. You just have to absorb it.
Wow. I'm like...
Well, I mean, like as we progress, those things don't really happen.
Yeah, they're few and far between.
Yeah,
they carry the weight of...
I think one thing that we didn't really do initially when we started the business was like really visit these suppliers, visit these factories. So I'll say obviously it's an investment, but it's an investment that could potentially save you a lot of stress, a lot of money.
By going there.
So I think maybe going there, that's what I would advise anyway.
When was your first trip to India?
I've still not been to India. Really? My sister has, though she went 2 years ago. Okay.
At which point you had been manufacturing there for years?
For years, yeah. I've been to China. I went last year. But we have the suppliers from India coming over like every year. They come to see us. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. So you guys have built that relationship that they come Okay, that's really, really cool. Yeah. What is like your vision for like the business? Like what does the next 5 years look like for you guys?
Oh well, the next 5 years, I think we just want a bigger presence here in the UK and obviously in other parts of the world, in America, in Middle East, in Asia. I think we've found that just having a balance with retail and also wholesale works really well for us. So just to keep growing our own website. While also getting stockists in different parts of the world. Yeah. So I think what we're focused on is just like letting your business like just being able to run by itself without you having to actually be there. So that's kind of our focus at the moment.
Interesting. Yeah. Then you started your business as a single girl coming out of university. You're now married. You have twin boys. Yeah. How have you been able to like integrate all of that and still like run this business, or have you had to change or restructure your business as your family changes? No,
it's still the same. Right. It's been really difficult. I only started going back into the office at the start of the year. I only go twice a week. Right. And the first time I went, I'm not lying, I left my laptop at this train station. I don't know if it's mom brain or I don't know, but I left it. Luckily, I was able to find it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so just getting back in has been a bit difficult, but we have an amazing team. Yeah. So it's like, it's the kind of business we run now. We don't actually have to be there 24/7. Right. So I'm really grateful for that. So that's really helped. Yeah.
But what like keeps you guys inspired? I mean, now you've been running, you talked about, you mentioned 2009 at a point, like this is 2019, so 10 years on. Yeah. So what keeps you guys like ticking, new ideas, new vision, new trends? How do you keep up to date with stuff like that?
We found that with the industry, the way it is now, we have to move really, really quickly. So at the moment, I'm designing for spring, summer 2020 now. Wow. So we're trying to work, and I think that's even a bit late. Yeah. So we're trying to just work ahead of schedule
But do you have like merchandisers and people who like read trends and that kind of stuff?
No, we don't. We're small. We're a small team. We have 2 girls in the office. One deals with like all of our branding. She's a brand manager. Then have a design assistant that I spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
And it's my sister and I. And then we have a warehouse manager who sends out like all the orders and the seamstress as well. So that's the team. So it's a pretty small team, but I think we're able to make it work. We obviously outsource things like PR. So we have a PR agency now. And so that's...
But would you, and I know you mentioned like pacing yourself and growing slowly.
Gradually,
but if you had a backer, like if you had like a financial sponsor come in and back you guys, and you guys can now go crazy on like, you know, is that an option like you think like you would take?
It is, but we would have to really think about it. Yeah. But it definitely is, because there's a lot that I feel like we can do and we should be doing, but we're not able to at the moment. But at the same time, if it doesn't happen that way, we're also fine with the way, with the pace at which things are going. Yeah.
Okay. And is there, just thinking like recent, is there any, is there any lesson or lessons that maybe you've learned recently that you wish like, God, I wish I had known that 10, 12 years ago?
I think one thing, I don't want to say I regret, but I just wish I knew I could do this from like a really young age. I wish I always knew that I could. Yeah.
So do it before uni, or
so maybe instead of uni. Although I do believe in like education and having that fall back, but I wish I knew earlier. So that's something that I'm really passionate about, like instilling into like younger girls. Yeah. So I mean, before I went on maternity leave, I used to mentor girls at a school in London. And I just used to tell them, you know what, if you're passionate about something, like one of them was passionate about acting, but she felt like she had to go into uni to do law. And I'm like, you know what, you can do that if you feel like that's like a good safety net for you, but still just start working on your craft from now, and then you just see where things might take you. You might not even feel the need to have that fallback.
Yeah.
So that's something I definitely wish I knew.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited about this conversation. So I guess just to close out, how can our viewers connect with the brand or yourself, whether on social media, websites?
Okay, our website is www.virgoslounge.com.
Yeah.
And our Instagram is at Virgos Lounge.
Yeah, but it's been amazing having you. I have so many more questions, and I'm sure like our viewers would as well. And you know, we will put all the contact information on the screen, and I'm sure they will reach out with questions, and I'll be fielding questions and sending them to you to make sure that they make sense.
I'll be very happy to answer them.
But this is super.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.